The city says tough decisions are ahead and that these meetings are breaking down the budget issues and listening to residents before any long-term changes are made. Sirens signal help is on the way, but a growing budget deficit is making that response harder to sustain.
We're at that critical point.
Earlier this month, Vacaville's fire department browned out Medic 72, temporarily taking that ambulance out of service at times to cut overtime and manage staffing. Those cuts are part of a bigger problem, a projected $12 million deficit, as rising costs outpace revenue. Police are also tightening their belt, shutting down their community response unit, which helped dozens of unhoused residents.
We anticipate that closing the community response unit is probably going to save us between $300,000 and $350,000 annually, but that's not enough to curb the structural deficit that the city is facing.
The department is also dealing with staffing shortages, raising concerns about maintaining the level of service people expect.
What's important to me as your police chief is that I continue to provide that level of quality of life that everyone expects.
That's why the city continues to host dozens of community meetings, hoping to hear directly from residents before making deeper cuts.
I'm glad to hear that they're doing some long-term envisioning and planning for various types of economic development in industries. And so that's forward thinking. I really appreciate that.
The city has ordered 2.5% cuts from each department and warns deeper ones could follow, which is now prompting the city to consider a 1-cent sales tax measure for voters this November, if approved by council this summer.
That's the reason we're proposing this to the city council and the community to start looking at long-term solutions. At the end of the day, it is the voters' choice, and they will be the decision makers.
And that decision may determine just when the sirens arrive to an emergency. And more community meetings are scheduled for this week. For locations, time, and how residents can weigh in, click on this story on abc10.com. Reporting from Vacaville, Garge Paul Sunga, ABC 10.